Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Thursday, February 17th. Do I even bother going over the indice charts here right now? I'm almost thinking of just going with that very smart market guru's words, Buzz Lightyear, to infinity and beyond, because that is essentially what this market continues to do, thanks to Bernanke. Now, you're seeing a lot of chatter. Well, we've been seeing the same crap over the last couple of months of people saying the end is near, Bernanke's killing everything, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's an article I posted on the website. Go check it out under the articles section. And essentially, what it says is the Bernanke bond buying program is nirvana for traders and for the stock market. And it essentially tells you why the market really doesn't care that unemployment is at 9% because we are in the perfect storm right now. The way things are with the liquidity, the economic data is just bad enough for things to continue the way they are, which is fantastic if you're a trader. Bad if you're a consumer, fantastic if you're a trader. The economic activity continues to pick up. We saw some good manufacturing data out this morning, but jobs continue to suck. And the reason being, we're a very productive country. The workers that are or do have jobs are working harder because they want to keep their jobs. And that in turn is helping companies spit out record profits, which is great for stock prices, bad for jobs, but great for stock prices. And the Fed is focused on helping create jobs. So as long as we continue to see, jobs suck, even though the economy is starting to pick up, it's going to be a perfect situation for the market. Anyway, off my pedestal right now, let's take a quick look at the indices. Pretty much the same as before, straight up. Looking at the Dow 15-minute chart, you can see support, 200-day moving average, 12,244, push to a new high again today. More the same old, same old. Looking at the Dow daily chart, you can see we continue to ride that 8-day moving average higher. We're oversold. Yeah, so what? We've been oversold for a month now. Big deal. Moving average supports, we've got the 20-day exponential 12,100, uptrend line at 12,000, 50-day moving average at 11,800. So we could drop, 500 points and still be fine. Gotta love it. SMH, new high today, continues to slowly trudge higher, volume sort of low. We do have options expiration tomorrow. And, we have this week, we've essentially gone straight up this week for all intents and purposes, which is typically a good thing to see on options expiration week. It means the crooks are on the long side, and it's unlikely that they're going to pull the rug out tomorrow. We do have a long weekend. Market is closed on Monday, I believe. Indeed it is. We get to sleep in on Monday morning, which is great for us people who live on the West Coast and have to get up at 6 a.m. every morning. So we've got options expiration tomorrow, and we've got a long weekend. Will the shorts want to, chance their luck and go short over the weekend? Probably not. Also, we're probably going to have the longs try to book some gains. So we'll probably see, sort of a choppy session back and forth, probably early strength, and then, shorts covering it to the close. Looking at the U.S. dollar, started to retrace just as we liked or just as we called. And, it's been helpful to the market. Last couple of times we had the dollar set up like this, we saw, a 5% drop over the next week. So, over the next few days, we could see a nice little retrace back down there. And, that's typically been a good sign for stocks. So let's see if it continues again next week. Anyway, let's jump into stock plays. Monster week for us. ABTL, Auto Buy Tell. We started jumping into these. Actually, let me start off with ONSM. We jumped into this one yesterday as a play on the social media hype that's out there. We've got another play that we called a couple of weeks ago that's been up big over the last couple of days. That Facebook.com social media thing continues to pick up steam. ONSM, very nice news yesterday. They actually create the software that help you create sites like this, which is why we jumped in. Very nice chart setup. We were looking for a move to 120 and then 140, and we hit it on the friggin' nose. Talk about a monster. 30% gain in a couple of hours. Booyah. On that same note, we jumped into ABTL because it looked like the last few stocks that were hanging around that $1 area, especially these cash-rich ones, We're set to go on a nice little run. So we jumped into this one 105 under, and our target was 125 plus. Hit 127 not too long after the close for a 20% gain in a few hours. Gotta love playing these breakout plays in this market. Just a fantastic market for breakout plays. Now, along the lines of ABTL and ONSM, that is the reason we jumped into IFON. This is a company, cash rich. They've got a market cap around 15 million, 17 million in cash, no debt. So this company trades for free. We could buy all the shares in this company, shut the doors, and walk away with $2-3 million in profit. Gotta love it. Love buying stocks that trade under their cash value with no debt. And it's in the right price area. We've got a downtrend line breakout today, which is why we jumped into this one, 106 and under. You could actually add this one to 110 because I think we're going to see the same thing happen on IFON over the next day that we saw on ABTL today. So I'd be very surprised if we don't see IFON go boom, boom, boom tomorrow. Chart indicators look great. Volume looks great. Stochastic. I mean, everything looks great on the chart. Cash rich. Downtrend line breakout. Off to the races we go. WEBM, Web Methods. You'll remember this stock from a couple of weeks ago. We jumped into it on that retrace on the Facebook. K-Pasa, a big run. This one had a nice little chart setup. We jumped into it in the chat room yesterday. 167, 170. We were looking for a $1.90 plus. Stock went kaboom on volume today. Traded as high as a $1.95. Then they pulled the rug out. A lot of traders booked gains. You know, was I silly in not booking gains? Probably. But the way this one was setting up, and, you know, we're having such a great month. Time to roll the dice on this one. I think this one is setting up for a really big run. And I'm talking it breaks two and it goes kaboom. Here we have, 4-year chart on WEBM. And on an off topic or as a side note here, how many charts have we had to go back 3, 5, 7 years to get an idea what the next resistance is? That tells you how strong this move has been in small cap stocks, and that's all I'm going to say. But as you can see, this stock breaks two, and it can go vertical. We're talking 50% possible potential on this one if we get a break at two. So, hey, let's roll the dice and see what happens on it. You know, we've got pretty nice support. Let me go back here to the 1-year chart. We've got pretty nice support at the 20-day exponential 156. So, hey, let's see what happens on this one over the next few days, especially with this .com, Facebook, social media hype that's out there. And volume has started to pick up here. When this one got volume back in December, it went boom, up 100%. So let's see if we can get a similar sort of move on this one. Again, excuse me. Now, ZBB. This is a stock that we played a couple of weeks ago. We got stopped out of it here last week. But, you know, again, there's a thing I teach you rookie traders or a lot of traders. You know, you can buy the most perfect stock with the right story. But if the chart is not right or the market circumstances are not right, you can buy a bazillion shares and that stock won't move. That was pretty much the case on ZBB a week and a half ago. Here we have a week where stocks around the $1 level, breaking their downtrend line, are going kaboom. Market environment is right. Price is right. Ergo, we jumped into this one on that 120 break today, and boom, up we went. Traded as high as a $1.30. Chart looks fantastic. We got an RSI break up through 50. Positive MACD cross should occur tomorrow. ADX, nice little curl. Stochastics up through 50, and we are rocking and rolling on this stock, and we should see some very nice follow through over the next day or two. Next target on this one is 140 plus. As you can see, stops right now. You know, they took our stops out by dipping it down to that 50-day moving averages. Asses, I hate it when they do that. But, you know, if you've got some balls, you've got some gains right now, you know, these are the kind of plays you can let them try and shake you. Because what we're seeing a lot of, you get into a play, looks ready to go, they shake it out, you go, oh no, crap, the stock's going to drop. You sell, And then the next thing you know, the stock is breaking out again a few minutes later. I mean, look what happened on ICOG today. They gapped it down on 14,000 in volume. They actually got it to go as low as 178, 14-cent drop on the day. And then they ended up closing it up a penny right at the close. That's the kind of crap we're seeing in this market. So you need a little bit of risk tolerance. It's one of those things, we're going to get burned on a couple of these, holding these dips, but we're also going to make more money grabbing those dips and selling the bounces that do come, 75, 80% of the time. It's just that kind of market right now. ZBB looks really good going into tomorrow, and we should have a nice little gainer on this one. ALVR, Alvaron Limited. Here we've got a tech stock, $83 million in cash. Market cap is $120 million. They do, $200 million in sales. Beaten down stock over the last 2 months. These are the kind of setups I love, especially when they've got high cash. We got a nice little bounce. We found resistance at that 20-day exponential 206 today, but we've got that 50-day and 200-day moving average going, come play with me, bounce up here. We got a positive MACD cross today on that nice little volume. Positive ADX cross. Stochastics in the basement. Cash-rich tech stock beaten down. Stocks in the mid-ones to the upper twos have been going on some very nice runs. And here we have a nice beaten down broadband play, cash-rich, nice bottom in the chart. I think we're going to be very, very happy on this stock over the next couple of days. LVLT, gotta love it when a plan comes together. Fat breakout at $1.30. We got an intraday high today of 147. Rocking and rolling. Next target 150, but we could be looking at this one retesting last year's highs up there around the 170, 175 area, especially if we get a break through the $1.50 area. Now, if you're sitting on the sidelines, the next buy point on this one would be a break through the $1.50 level, and you'd be looking to place your stops on that break through the 150 level, probably 144, 145. Gotta love the golden cross here. Indicators are a go, and we should see continued follow through on this one tomorrow. WZE Wizard, we got some nice press today. Again, people forget this is not just an apps play. They've also got a division that focuses on speech technologies, and these guys are in bed with AT&T. We got a press release this morning about AT&T. Cup and handle breakout looks fantastic here. I think the next move through, probably 32 cents, is where we'll get rid of those, 1-2 cent scalpers, and then off to the races like we saw before, and then a retest of that previous high we saw up there at 44 cents. Sticking along the theme of penny stocks, we've got a lot of $2 to $3, $1 to $3 stocks have been breaking out. Penny stocks under $1 have been really dead, but we've gotten a couple of nice little pops on them. So we're looking for some bargains here. SUF, these guys, one of the big reasons we sort of avoided this one throughout this sell-off in January was they needed cash. They had a report out back then in December saying they only had enough cash to last into January. They finally raised that cash. They sold shares at 15 cents. We've got a nice little bottom set up here, a move to 18 to 25 cents. Very, very doable here. We're about to get a positive MACD cross. Next week, we've got a clean energy technology conference. So we'll probably see some of these alternative energy stocks wake up. And we've got a penny down here in the basement. These guys could go bankrupt. And the downside at this stage, really, really limited. Nice little chart setup. We've got stochastics, about to trigger a buy on this one. Nice little gamble, nice little risk reward here with stops at 13 cents. MCZ, we got a little gap on this one yesterday, and then, they went after the stops. We had some bogus rumors going around from some newsletters that were short the stock. Absolute garbage, as I said, but the dip was a healthy dip for two reasons. We got the weak hands out, we got the people who wanted to take their profits out, and we got new, stronger hands in. And this dip is probably where you saw a lot of funds come in yesterday and today, picking up a position in it. Nice little coilage here for the next move over to should be the move that takes us nicely higher. I mean, we are sitting on some fat gains on this one, so we can give it a little bit of rope. And, you know, it may sound crazy, but like I've said before, this is a $5 stock. And recall, speaking of some of my nice little calls, check out PKT. Do you guys remember what I said there early January, that this stock was going to $1? I was maybe, 2 weeks off on my call. Here we have PKT hit $10 after the split. That's $1. Remember, did 10 for 1 reverse split. What's that? 75% gain in 1 month. You know, that's as good as I got, guys. What can I say? I know I'm missing something here. Oh, IPAS. We had earnings and after hours. These guys came out and beat on revenue and EPS. See what happens tomorrow. You know, no fireworks in the earnings report. So let's see how it acts tomorrow, and, you know, we'll go from there. So very, very nice week this week. Remember, we've got a long weekend, options expiration tomorrow, but we've got some very active and nicely set up charts going into tomorrow. Love the setup on IFON. I think this one's going to pay us off nicely. And ZBB looks great going into tomorrow, along with our other plays. So that is it for the video tonight. Any questions, or if I forgot any plays, feel free to shoot me an email or hit me up in the chat room tomorrow, and I will see you guys there. Good night.